Welcome to No Password Required Breakout Room. From hackathons to casual meetups, we're here to highlight the voices that matter. Breakout Room is presented by ThreatLocker. Welcome to No Password Required Breakout Room. This is the first time we've ever done this. We're going to be doing a lot more in the future when we are out in the wild. And today we are with Fagan Afandiyev. Welcome.
Thank you.
So let's start off with a basic question. Where does your passion for cybersecurity come from?
It started when I was around 6th grade in 2017. I started in the technology world just about with robotics. And there was a professor teacher I had who I really loved, and he got me into robotics. And while I was learning coding and robotics, that same year, that same month that I started, there was a new platform that just started being popular, Try Hack Me.
Oh.
That's got me interested. It was like being an online detective, being an online puzzle solver, and I used to love puzzles as a kid. So I just said, why I don't use my coding skills at the time, learn more about it, and just solve puzzles when I'm having fun. I changed gaming hobby to solving Try Hack Me rooms. And when I came home from school, I would just sit on the laptop the whole day till night, till I slept, and I would just do Try Hack Me rooms.
How did your parents feel about this passion?
When I was a kid, they would just say my laptop was my second mother. That's taking care of me all the time. But they knew with my robotic achievements back in the days, they trusted me all the process, which I really love, that they support me all along since when I started. I mean, if your kid came to you when he's in 6th grade and said, Mom and Dad, I need to go to Romania. I have never showed you my robotic skills, but trust me, I can do this. I need to fly there. Please help. And they said, okay, for you, we're going to do this. They funded it. The first time we went to Romania, I got my achievements. I became second worldwide. And when I came back, they knew I love competing and stuff. So afterwards, they became more common about it. They saw me working on the laptop the whole day. They said, okay, maybe take a rest for an hour. But they knew that's not a bad thing to just be on laptop as like a gaming, because I'm actually improving my skills.
Wow, that's crazy. You must be really thankful for that.
Oh yeah, I'm real thankful for my family. I don't know if I didn't get the support I had, if I will be here.
Oh wow. So let's talk about where you are now. You're a junior at the University of South Florida, and you are a member of the CyberHerd competition team.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about how you got into that with the CyberHerd and why you ended up here?
So when I came to USF, there was a couple of reasons why I came to USF. One of them is being their cyber program. They have a cyber program, but I came to CompSci. My idea was that I will learn CompSci as a major. And since I have fundamental skills in cyber, I'll excel in that and learn it on my own to just have two skills at the same time. And for that, I joined White Hatters to learn more. That was the main club about cyber. I went there. I remember the exact day. That's my first ever White Hatters meeting. I go there. There's a guy behind me talking about, oh wait, there's a new team called CyberHerd. I didn't want to get into that. And they were talking about it. And when that time, the president, Jacob just burst into the room. Hey, welcome guys. He's like always cheerful. I just said hi. And I said, what's CyberHerd? He said, oh yeah, that's the team. He just started explaining the CyberHerd team. And I really wanted to get into that, to the team. So whenever White Hatters did any kind of challenges inside the meeting, I will just kill myself to become the first. And I did it every single time till I actually got in the herd. There was a point they will just make it extra hard just for me, and they'll give me a different one. If you ask like Jackson or Jacob here, there was one time attack and defend, a similar challenge we were doing here. We teach that at White Hatters. They made a special one just for me to have a hard time, and they actually made it impossible to solve. And I was just dying there for that whole meeting. And like last 20 minutes, they gave me the one hint that I needed to actually make it possible from impossible. And I just tried to finish it. I still remember I couldn't finish it in time, but I probably went afterwards and told them to just make the machine again so I can finish it. But through that stuff, the team started knowing me. They knew I had some skills. And when the time, end of November, they rolled out applications, I built out my resume, I sent it over, and what I know, the first week of December, I get an email from Dr. Mabin, welcome to the team. And that's all started. Now, from that batch, I think it's only me and Grant that's still in the team. All of them that was in the team from the OG group have been graduated, working at Google and other places.
So that's interesting that you bring that up. That's something I wanted to talk to you about, is where do you see yourself? You know, what's your Google? Like, I know you have friends and teammates that are off doing great things in cybersecurity already, really early in their career. Once you're done here at USF, what's it look like?
Thankfully, for this summer, I am going to Microsoft as a penetration testing intern. So maybe if you don't know, my specialty itself is Microsoft products. I'm specialized in exploiting Windows system, Azure systems, and similar products of Microsoft. And as someone who's 19, still in school, loves doing pen testing and loves hacking Microsoft products, getting a Microsoft pen testing internship is the highest I can become. Like, I don't think any other company will make me happier than Microsoft.
Wow.
And me having that for the summer and hopefully getting a return offer is probably my end goal. I reach my goal. Maybe just a higher role as a red teamer is what I can excel to, but I don't see anything higher than that for myself.
Wow, that's really exciting. So we should mention where you are now, like physically. So we're at a hackathon.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what you're doing here. What is this, and why are we here?
Okay, so we are at Node Center. We are hosting Hack the Bay. It's one of the biggest hackathons at USF. There's multiple, but Hack the Bay itself is a whole different world. For this semester, we built a King of the Hill challenge, a CTF challenge, and one of our sponsors, Hack the Box, which is also a big partner of USF, is also hosting another CTF, just for everyone can play it. So we have a huge prize pool thanks to Cyber Florida, and we want to award everyone, beginner to advanced, everyone gets a chance to win that prize. It doesn't have to be extremely advanced CyberHerd members or someone else. So even a beginner who doesn't know what cyber is, we have a team that's there to help them to get learning and have the first steps in cyber.
Yeah.
We have someone who's there that's helping everyone set up their virtual machines, which is probably the first step when you start hacking.
Yeah.
And by doing this, I want to give back to the community that got me started in this.
Yeah.
And I want to help people get used to the idea of competing and how exciting it is to just be in an environment that you have no idea what's going to happen. You have to be on control, you have to be focused, and you have to be multitasking to just become at the stage, top 3, let's say. And my hope at the end is they get addicted to that feeling, they come to White Hatters, they start learning, and at one point they're going to say, okay, I feel like I have my skills down, I have my fundamentals down, let's time to apply CyberHerd. And they join the team. A couple of years, I'm going to come back to CyberHerd just as a welcome or like a guest, and I'm going to see the same faces that I have here in the meeting.
That's really cool. Do you remember your first hackathon experience? Or I'm assuming that you just don't jump in and start creating hackathons. You must have competed in them before.
Yeah, so hackathons is usually more development side. Let's just phrase it as CTF or cyber competition.
Okay.
My first one was, I believe, when I came to, yes, I know exactly. When I came to USF, the main CTF I went to was B-Sides Orlando. It was with the board of White Hatters. I went there, we drove there, and they had Sunshine CTF. And that was my first ever CTF competition-wise. And I remember I had a challenge. So back in the days, there was a thing called Hall of Fame. It's a page on White Hatter's website that is a Hall of Fame. Most skillful people or any achievements you did will be on there to just make members more thrilled to just exceed and do other stuff. So I had a bet with the board, and I was just a member. I was not on the board then. I told, okay, there was a challenge they couldn't solve. I said, okay, I'm betting I'm gonna solve this. If I solve, I'm gonna be put on the King of the Hill, Hall of the Fame. And you're gonna write that? Fagan is better than me, Elias, the guy who I did the bet. I solved the challenge after they left, but they never put me on there.
Well, now that you're a board member, you can just put it up there, right? Like,
I mean, I became a secretary. I had access to it. I didn't put myself there. I became president. I had all the access I could do there. I didn't put myself there. But the semester I left the club as a board member to just become a new member again, the current board members put me there for the things I did as a thank you. So I appreciate that too.
that's really cool. So, talking a little bit about the competition today, if somebody's here, and they're definitely here, it's their first competition. If somebody asked them, you know, what was your first time like at a competition, how do you hope they would answer that?
Okay, hopefully, if someone's just getting started, they probably wouldn't have their tools set up. And that's a huge time consumer to just get your tools right personally. I mean, I have my own setup that if I gave it to someone else, they couldn't use it. It's personalized. So my hope, they get a help from our team and get their tools set up at the end of the day. That's still a huge job because it takes hours. And if you don't know how to set that up yourself, it's going to take you a long hour. But with the team, it takes 15, 20 minutes. Hopefully, they at least solve a challenge and say, oh, I enjoy doing that. And I love that process. I'm going to play more CTFs. That's probably the best answer I could have. I solved the challenge. I enjoyed it.
It's pretty simple. It's
Yeah.
really, so obviously way more people compete in hacking challenges and capture the flags and things like that. But you've got experience creating it for people. What's something that happens behind the scenes that people would be surprised about?
They're surprised that we already know it's going to break. So we plan it that when it breaks, we're going to do this. Our plan is that we're going to do this. Our plan is built at, okay, this is going to break. We're going to fix it this way. If this breaks, we have this plan. So what they see is that we have planets there. We have a whole network set up on AWS. We have a whole WireGuard VPN system. Just 2 hours ago, our WireGuard, because of all the people connected to it, crashed down. So our plan was either we're going to make it public or we're going to stop everything, increase the amount that network traffic can handle and start again, or we're going to put one more VPN server to just load balance it. And we had 4 people at the same time trying different ideas at the same time. So let's see which one finishes first. And at the end, what we did, we stopped all of them down and we tried extending the amount of network limitations we have to the highest we can do and just starting up again. We had more issues, but we saw this worked by connecting to internal network. So everyone else just focused on this and we solved it together at the end. But behind, we're still knowing that it's going to break and it's still a struggle.
So you talk about struggle, so that's perfect segue. Things in hacking competitions don't always go the way you want. I was there watching you at CCDC, SECCDC.
Yeah.
And your first day was rough, right?
It was, but yeah.
So tell me, how do you persevere through that and not panic? And then like the next day, just kind of climb up through the leaderboard and have a good showing. Like, how did you not give up?
It's a mental thing. You have to get used to it. If I was competing in that competition in the same place I was at, without it being my, let's say, 5th attack and defense competition, I would have freaked out. I would just say, okay, let's go home. There's no point in just going in that. I think we were almost dead last at the first day, but we climbed up to, I think, fourth place by a 4 out of 1,000 point.
Oh.
Like, that difference is like a half a second difference. And we could have been on the stage, but it's just something that happens. You just have to get used to it. And mentally, if I had that issue as a beginner, I'll just try to make my mind that it's only the first day. We still have more to go. There's anything that can happen. If this happened to us, this can happen to anyone else on the other teams. So there's always a hope. There's no way that you're going to be just going this way. You can prepare and come back again, but maybe just wiser and smarter.
If a high school, because you seem to reach out and talk to younger students, and it seems to be part of the Herd's culture, to be perfectly honest.
It is.
So if a high school student sees you specifically, wow, president of White Hatters, wow, on the CyberHerd, and they want to be, they're like, you know what, that's what I want to be like, just like Fagan. What advice would you give them?
We usually have this at White Hatters when I was president. Now it's CM, the president, which he is also a CyberHerd member and great competitor. But if I have someone, a high schooler, that just comes up to me and says, oh, wow, what you're doing is great. How can I become like you? My usually answer is like, it just takes time, but you can make it easier. I will start with practicing and just going in blind. Don't get scared. I know it's hard to get started. If I had to draw a chart of the difficulty of cyber, I'll just say it's peaking early on, as much as it can go. Then you get used to it, and it starts going down. Then you just go straight for a while after you find what you like, and you start specializing, which peaks way harder than, but you get used to it again, then it becomes easier. So just go blind, don't get scared, try what you can. You lose, no problem, you learn. You go and struggle, okay, you have Google and AI on your side, just research. The research you did there is going to help you on the next competition. And your research on that competition is going to help you the next one. So just do what you can do, don't get scared, just go in and just try to have some fun. At the end of the day, you have to enjoy this field. All
right. Since this is the first time we've ever done this, I can't say that I always end the episodes with this question, but if it goes well, maybe that's what we'll do from now on. So you alluded to it earlier that you're very thankful for the people around you. You've had great mentors and your family's super supportive, which is all awesome. So if you could thank one person right now that helped you along the way, first, who would it be? And then what would you say to them?
Okay, there's so many people I can say. Okay, I'm just going to list a couple, but I'm going to choose one. Okay. Yeah. I, of course, have to start with my family. But since it's a podcast, we have to be fun. We have to have some fun, interesting answers. I'm going to say my family, but we'll skip that as an answer. The next one might come to, I mean, it's going to be too specific. There's a lot of people who also get to deserve that respect, but probably the utmost respect I have for anyone I met at USF is Dr. Marvin and Jacob Hamigren. Mm-hmm. Dr. Marvin is the one who's making all this possible, and Jacob is the one who got me way more interested and who made me eager to learn more and just become the place he is at, which he was the president at the time. But if you go all the way back, if I didn't start my robotics career and my teacher didn't get me under his wing and started teaching me stuff, I wouldn't be anywhere at USF. So I'll probably say the teacher at my school, Kayam Abdullayev, I'm going to name drop him. He is the one who made all this started. He is the one that helped me get to USF. He's the one that got me into robotics. And he's the one that got me interested in cyber too. So all this after, of course, my family and the people who mentored me, but he also gets a huge respect.
That's perfect. Fagan, thank you so much for spending time with me.
Thanks so much for having me.
Continued success, and go Herd.
Go Herd.
We'll be back again soon to connect you with the innovators, creators, and game changers in the industry. No Password Required is produced by Cyber Florida. For more content, follow us on social media at NoPasswordPod and visit our website at cyberflorida.org/pod.